It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Sacramento Kings. For the Kings, they come in off the loss to the Grizzlies. They got caught flat-footed, lost a game they felt should have been theirs. Looking to turn the page here. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest every single shot.
And your anchor has to be a great communicator. He has to talk, help his teammates, make those extra plays like, hey, move, slide your feet, Ernie, pass the ball, give it back to Kenny, hey, watch out, he's cutting through.
He got me moving.
You got Communication is the big key, Ernie.
You see, he was the anchor, and I started
moving.
moving.
Hands up, Kenny, slide down, yeah, rotate, oh, yeah, get the three.
See? Yeah. As soon as he started talking, I just went. It just, man.
Two great defenders right there. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's an all-Western Conference matchup, and today's game is the Kings coming to town for this one. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. The big story here is the return of Tyson Chandler, who had been sidelined with injury.
And a pretty quick recovery, all things considered. I mean, sometimes you wonder if a guy is really ready when he comes back so quickly. But he looks pretty comfortable in warm-ups, but that's only one part of it. Let's see how he does in the game.
I think it surprises a lot of people to see him back so soon. I mean, he says he's ready, so they have to turn him loose and let it go.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Marcus Morris is out there with Cauley-Stein. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then there's McRae, and it's Cousins in at the 5 down low.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but, Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
Cauley-Stein's shot is good.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with the head coach for the Suns. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. The shot by Knight, no good. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Back to Cousins. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Bledsoe kicks to left. Here's Williams. Can't hit. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
Here is Knight. After the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. Knight kicks to left. Outside Knight. Trying his luck deep. Again, the miss by Knight. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Goes up on the wing. McCray, no good. Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And guys, Brandon Knight really fits the mold of the new breed of NBA combo guard. He has the length and quickness to guard ones and twos, and his skill set allows him to generate offense both in transition as well as the half court.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. Greg was talking about Brandon Knight. He'd really improve his shooting percentages before the midseason trade last year, and that was one of the bigger weaknesses, Clark, earlier in his career.
Yeah, not only was the shot going down more, it looked better. It was better mechanically, but now to take the next step, he has to cut down the turnover.
It's tipped, tries to keep it alive, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Stolen by Tucker. Knight in the corner. Fires for three. Cousins pulls it in. The Kings trail by 3. Morris dishes to Cousins. The pass to McCray. For the 3. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. McCray has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Suns have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. No good. Nice D from Cousins. And for Sacramento, they're shooting it from their comfort zone so far. In this one, 57% from the field. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
The dish to land. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Passes it to McCray. Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Suns trail by 3.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
Len. Here's Williams. Up and in on the way. Williams has got 7 points. So the Kings call timeout, their first. Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with player movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is, and Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot field goal attempts. Also near the bottom in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage, so they might have been justified in that.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Rose kicks to Koufos. And Afflalo wide open. He shoots. And the 3 ball is good. Afflalo's got his first 3 points of the game.
Their 3rd 3-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Chandler's shot. Good.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Here's Tiny. Really played well against the Clippers in his last outing. And the dunk by Chandler.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
And Heinrich gets it to go.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end. I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Barbosa for three. Shot's good. Barbosa's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope, it's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early. A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Suns lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Suns.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Sacramento, Heinrich is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Aflalo. Then there's Koufos. Pass to Booker. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Well, the main problem last year for the Kings, Greg, their defense. Just couldn't slow teams down on their end of the court, and it cost them.
Yeah, listen, a lot of it had to do with the defensive problems overall. They were pretty much in the bottom 10 of every major defensive category and dead last in blocks as well.
Here's Tiny. Aaron Aflalo picking up that last basket. A nice shot by Booker.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Dishes it to Koufos. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Phoenix leading by 4. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Tiny. And it's off from three-point range. Three-pointer, Heinrich. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. It's Knight with the drive. And Chandler throws it down.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent him, GA, from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Rose gets the bucket.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
The Suns leading. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the right side. Q passes to Booker. Suns moving the ball around. Tiny. Kirk Heinrich with the rebound. The Kings have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. There's the screen. And it's Koufos missing.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Here's Tiny. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Koufos. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Sacramento?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Now here's Bledsoe. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Clippers. Clock at 6. The 11-footer. Rose with some nice D.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Launches it. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin. You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Wasted no time on that one. 8 points for Aaron Aflalo.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. .106 left in the first half. Here's Jenkins. That one goes. Jenkins got his first basket of the night.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Here's Baker. And a miss there on the triple. For Phoenix, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Bledsoe dishes to Tucker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Watching P.J. Tucker, he does all the little things for you, plus some big ones as well. Ever since he came into the league, Clark, he's been a tremendous glue guy.
Yeah, he's a Velcro guy. You don't want him handling the ball a bunch or launching a lot of threes, but he's physically imposing, and he gives you what he's got. You know the effort is always going to be there with him.
First one falls for him.
And talking about P.J. Tucker, he's really played the same role the past 3 seasons. Excellent inside-out defender, tremendous rebounder for his size, and he really plays within his limitations, taking only shots he can make and also not turning the ball over.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Phoenix. Both free throws good from Tucker.
You know, it's funny. We talk about glue guys like Tucker being instrumental to winning the championship, but it's really about trying to find the best guys at what they do. And a case can be made that Tucker is one of the best in the NBA at what he does.
It's tipped. And up the court come the Kings on the break. And Leandro Barbosa gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Now Bledsoe. Pass to Barbosa. Takes a three. No good.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. The Suns on top, up by 4. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I have Derrick Rose, and Derrick, you guys were scoring pretty nicely as a unit here tonight. How do you facilitate that?
Just be more efficient. I'm taking less shots, making sure that I make my shots and take my time on the offensive end and get people involved in the game.
Thank you, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out of defense. Coming out of the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Chandler. He's got 8 points, and when it comes to rebounding, he's had a nice night there, too.
He's not afraid to mix it up there in the middle, getting in there and doing a lot of the dirty work.
Bledsoe and 9 of the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Williams, and it's Len in at the center position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. So it's Phoenix now. They lead by 1. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
And they dropped the season series to these guys a year ago. Not their proudest moment.
Greg, a team that on paper they expect to beat, great teams take care of business against the bottom feeder. We'll see if they can handle that end of the bargain here tonight.
What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving 2, brought back 1 as well.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment, and they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year.
Now, here is Knight. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Shoots from the line, and nothing but hair on that one. Sacramento's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. And they take the lead. 8 points for Willie Cauley-Stein.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
And Bledsoe, here we go. Here's Len. Rebound by the Kings. Cauley-Stein's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
And checking out some numbers for Bledsoe. Last year, getting it done. Last year averaged 17 points a game, 6 assists and 5 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
Well, you want a guy to come in who knows how to run the offense intelligently, and that's exactly what he does. Kind of like how you ran things, Greg.
2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Phoenix had a season of heartbreak last year. So many losses for them on last-second shots. Late-game losses, Greg, buzzer beaters.
Yeah, it's sad if you're a Phoenix fan. How many times this team lost at the buzzer? Just close games in general. Of their 42 losses, how about 18 were by 5 points or less?
Vujacic kicks to Morris. To the wing right side. Now here's McLemore outside. No good. So Phoenix will take it the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Here's Tiny, covered by Vujacic. No good with the layup.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
That's good. And the Kings lead by 2.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Here's Tiny, covered by Vujacic. Williams' shot is off.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Williams a screen to the paint, off the screen, and the layup is good. Williams has got 9.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit. And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation. Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Phoenix calls timeout.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. He's checked in for Williams. Booker comes in for P.J. Tucker. And John Jenkins subbed in for Knight. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Kufis checked in for Cauley-Stein. Cousins comes in for Marcus Morris. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for McLemore. And McRae subbed in for Cowboy. And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team. A good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for him. One of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
The Kings have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Here's Aflalo again, Sacramento.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
All alone, rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
Here's Tiny after the Kings pick up 2. Now the pass to Q. Rob. And now Aflalo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that one's good. And now it's an 8-point Kings lead.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Here's Tiny. Plays it up and banks it in. Tiny's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Vujacic. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the third. Cousins, no good.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Here's Jenkins. Releases from the wing and drills it. Kings leading now by 4. On the wing of Aflalo. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Tiny, defended by Kufis. The offensive rebound.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Passes to Q. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Booker, 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Booker's got 7 points in the game.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
The three from Afflalo. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Chandler's got 6 rebounds in the game. Tiny. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Kings lead by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Suns trail by 4. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. Vujacic is out there with McRae. Then there's Koufos. Then there's Afflalo. And it's Cousins in at the power forward position. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. No good from outside.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Stolen by Len. Shot's good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Suns. And the Kings shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. A nice shot by Koufos.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Bledsoe kicks tonight. Back to Bledsoe. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And the thing about Eric Bledsoe, he's an absolutely terrific athlete. Insane athletic ability, his speed with the ball, especially Greg in the open court. Remarkable.
Yeah, and when he gets a full head of steam, look out. He goes beast mode, if you will, on the basketball floor. He really, truly is like a running back in the open field.
Bledsoe hits them both.
Talking about Bledsoe, one area where he has to improve his turnovers. He averaged over 3.5 turnovers a game. You can't be a championship point guard if you're not squeezing the orange.
And it's Koufos missing. The Suns trailing. Bledsoe passes to Tucker. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. He nails it. And we're tied up. Bledsoe's got 6 in the quarter.
And thinking a little bit more about Eric Bledsoe, yes, he could be more efficient, but his combination of points, assists, and rebounds per game is outstanding. If he focuses in and listens to his coaches, we could be talking about him in the upper echelon of point guard.
Now here's Bledsoe. Knight wide open. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And the shot is good.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
And the Suns call time. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. We've seen Arron Afflalo really having a great game.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, in that last break, I listened to the Suns coach address his team. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
A platoon swap here for Sacramento. Now here's Bledsoe. Williams, a screen on Morris. Clock at 6. And Bledsoe, here we go. Tucker. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got assist number 5 here tonight. Morris dishes to Cauley-Stein. Tipped away. Papagiannis. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And the Kings lead by 1. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
Well, 7 lead changes, Kevin, in this one, and we could very well be seeing more.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal. Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Here's Shumpert, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And now the Suns, a fast break. Bledsoe's running. It's blocked. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Tucker with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. Shumpert against Bledsoe. Shot clock at 5. That's good.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
The Kings trailing. On the wing, Shumpert. Not enough on that one as it misses.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that. Well, he's gone without a field goal, and that certainly is below par for him. His team has still found a way to get it done.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Been a really good night for Eric Bledsoe. He's got 10 points and 5 assists. I tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Alex Len. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
And he gets it to go.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Phoenix calls timeout. They're ahead by 1. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. And Bledsoe now top of the key. A strong finish into heavy pressure all over. Bledsoe's got 12 points in just the second half. The Kings trail by 3. Heinrich passes to Baker. Back to Heinrich. Here's Koufos, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Timeout called. The Suns, they lead by 1. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Bledsoe against Heinrich, and it's Bledsoe off the drive. Misses from short range.
Hey, I like creativity in the circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
And here's a Flallow for three. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win. Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Bledsoe outside. Chandler a screen. Shot to stop the run. The shot by Knight no good.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Been a stellar outing in this one for Flallow. 19 points, and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. .41 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
Bledsoe kicks to Williams. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. From downtown, it's good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
There's no doubt about it. Eric Bledsoe has got the touch. He's feeling it.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here. Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
Phoenix calls timeout. They're losing by 3. 17 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick 2. I think they've got to look for a quality 3 to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now. Showing us a little force on that putback there.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
Hey, guys, but how about the positioning there when the shot went up? Beautiful.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Inside, out tonight, tries a 3, misses the 3. So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to take a quick peek at our Jordan Player of the Game.
His play off the bench was critical in getting them back into the win column. Their last game didn't go as well for them, but he helped them get on track. He provided a spark, he had energy, toughness, everything you need to get that momentum going.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.